Hey everyone, this is Tom with 7 Hour Wealth in Solavei, and sitting here with an unbelievable leadership crew. As you can see around me, got Gus Fernandez, got James, we got Eric Green, we got Roxana Hanna, we got Chris Hussey. And just want to say hi to everybody. And we got Dylan in the background. You'll hear him going, and Alyssa. But hey, we're sitting down in Maui right now. All the trip winners, congratulations. And everybody in the room got one of these last night, and that is our new 1,000-air plaque. And now I was doing a video today, and they asked me, what this meant to me, and I said it's more than a piece of plastic. It's a peace of mind. It's a piece of security. Knowing we got more than $1,000 coming in every month, and I think it's a real honor to be able to have one of these. So I think everybody should be shooting to get a piece of plastic. That's like the real plastic charge card right there, isn't it?
Right on.
That's it, man. Yeah. So
cash flow.
Yeah, that's my kind of. That's my kind of credit card right there. It's nice and thick, durable. Yeah, never wear that one out. But hey, listen, we just wanted to kind of give you an update from Hawaii and let you know what's going on with the company. Amazing day on Tuesday. I've lost track of.
Yeah, it was Tuesday morning.
You said something amazing. You said it's not about being part of another deal. It's about being at the ground floor of like an Amazon or eBay. What you saw yesterday.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, for me, it was like the information that we saw. I think everyone will agree that I've never seen it presented with any other company, and it to me seemed more like a Fortune 500 company than a network marketing or multi-level marketing.
Well, absolutely. It's just the data and the research that has gone into projecting exactly what they need to do to capture the trends where everything's going, and it blew my mind just to see all these data points. There was so much information, and their goal wasn't to drown us in data, but to show us what they put into this. Create this.
What they've put into it so that their next steps are for our greatest benefit. Mm-hmm. And I think that the best example was, it's the Amazon example and the Costco example.
Yeah. Oh, Costco, yeah.
So Costco started with dry goods, and then they moved to the meat and produce, and then the electronics, right? Mm-hmm. And then the jewelry. Mm-hmm. And all those other things, and that's what Solavei as a social commerce is doing. And I think if people understand it like that, and also apply the Amazon model, like you were saying, that can give you a much bigger picture and really understand the vision of it and why we're all here.
I think that social commerce networking got more solidified yesterday, and they went around the room and they asked, what product or service do you think we ought to expand into next? And brave souls raised their hand.
Yeah, like you.
And thank God I was on the upper left-hand quadrant and not in the lower right-hand corner. I didn't say financial services, but it was really interesting. So just kind of give you all a quick overview for those that are new. We're with a company called Solavei. We're talking about social commerce networking, which is different than social networking. Social networking is an activity that you do for free. You post on Facebook, you post on Twitter, you interact with people, you get a lot of entertainment value. But the difference between social commerce networking and social networking, if you cross the chasm, you're now getting involved in commerce. You're getting involved in a way where you make referrals, you share information with people, and in exchange for that information, you get some economic value. And what we're trying to do is help people understand, say, okay, how can you move from just a straight entertainment model where you're investing, say, 30 or 40 hours a month doing social media, and then move you across into a new business called social commerce networking, where you can invest that same amount of time and get one of these. Get to a point where you're making $1,000 a month in residual income. And social commerce networking is really the process of it, the activity of it is no different than what you're currently doing. So in helping you understand more about Solavei, there's 4 aspects to it. We don't spend a lot of time on the company or the product itself because it's something you're already familiar with. You're familiar with social networking, like doing Facebook-style activities. You're familiar with online banking. You're familiar with shopping, and you're familiar with mobile phones. What we have done is we have taken all 4 of those elements and we've merged it onto one platform where you can actually, if you refer somebody to get mobile service through Solavei, they'll transfer money to your online bank account. You can take that money, you're on your pay card, your purple Solavei card, and ultimately go shopping with it. And then if you shop at a particular store where we have a retail arrangement with, money will come back to Solavei, and then they'll pay you more money. So they've created a very, I think as Ryan did, he did this, we're just, we're going to have to come up with a Solavei dance, Something like this, That's good, yeah, we'll get Dylan to come up with a dance. Can you, Man, you need a dance expert. That's right, dance guru. We need a dance guru. Anyone know one?
Anybody who can dance? Roxanna?
Yeah.
I do, actually.
Yeah, so we got two. Great. So it's going to go something like this. It's going to have a hula.
A variation on the Texas two-step.
Right.
Let's talk about the cruise.
The cruise. The cruise is going to be awesome.
We have a cruise coming up.
Yeah, we have a cruise coming up. If you are to refer 15 people personally, and then those 15 people bring on 25 people, so for 40 people in your group.
40.
40. Yeah, that's like
40.
Nothing.
Easy to do with Solavei.
Yeah,
40.
Absolutely. We see people do 40 people in a week or 2 weeks, that come out of the gates and really start referring. So if you're into vacations, you bring up a good point. If you're into vacations, a lot of us, all of us have had our trips comped on this one. So I don't know if you like going to places like Maui and getting, gorgeous beachfront rooms and stuff like that. But
breakfast is worth this trip.
Oh my gosh.
Breakfast, yeah.
They're paying for breakfast all week.
All week long.
You have really breakfast?
Yeah.
That's worth the trip right there.
We had a full Hawaiian barbecue last night out on the lawn right by the beach with live music, a speaker who is a national speaker, usually speaks in front of thousands of people, and we have a small group here, and it was phenomenal. I mean, and then just the caliber of leaders and visionary entrepreneurs that we've had the opportunity to network with, get to know, share ideas. Already, I mean, I'm walking away. If I left today, I would walk away with lots of ideas. I mean, over lunch today, we discussed an idea that is just mind-boggling. What it can do.
The thing I don't think people understand is, you've all been to an event, and you've wanted to go to the event that you knew was going on, where all the cool kids got to hang out, and they all told stuff that you didn't have, that you weren't really privileged to. Well, that always happens. I'm with the cool kids, right? So you know what I'm talking about. The party after the party, where all the real stuff goes down. Well, that's where we're at, right? Yeah. This is where the real stuff goes down, and you get to set up your next liftoff, your next explosion to get to the next place. And guys, today's the day that you need to make the decision to be on the trip in September with all of us, because we're all going.
Absolutely.
And we want all of you to go with us, because this is the after party. This is what it's all about.
Yeah.
That's good stuff.
Well, there's a huge sense of urgency that I've got from this weekend, and you talked about it with the Costco model, because the way that these guys are graphing this out, the information they shared, that all this stuff, each and every time, say retail's coming Q2, and then that next service may be coming whenever, Q2,
and international,
Q3, international expansion. This year is crucial to build as big a network as possible, because as these milestones and pillars start coming, people's incomes are going to double, triple, quadruple, literally overnight.
And again, the decision-making process for how they chose what services to go into, and then also what markets to go into, what they said about the next market, and the reasons why they're going there. I mean, didn't that blow your mind, like all the factors they were looking at and why that's the next place to go? And, U.S. is the priority, it's the primary market now. But as we expand, and then we expand globally, if you've got a footprint in place now, it's game over. And then you think about, so mobile service at $49 for all you can eat is a great service that everybody uses. But you think of Costco, they start with dry goods, then we launch another service, we launch another product, we launch another service. And again, their criteria is based on things people are already spending money on. You're not adding a new bill. You're actually saving money on something you're already spending on, but everybody benefits.
And it's one thing to talk about wanting to be a billion-dollar brand. It's another thing to bring a guy in who is a consultant, who has helped major brands that every single person knows. When he put that picture up and started talking about
all the brands,
some of the brands they've worked with specifically, you realize this is not your average network marketing deal. These guys are really aiming for that next level. And that's how I felt when I left that meeting that morning. I said, this is another level that I I mean, it solidified. I knew without a doubt these guys are going to be a multi-billion.
People's brains were hurting after that.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, they had those like those bubble charts, with the like 4 quadrants, and they had big bubbles and little bubbles and bubbles down here and bubbles up here, and it was just like people were looking at these things going, I've never seen a bubble chart before, but it makes a whole lot of sense.
Yeah.
And it was funny because grocery and retail were in the upper right-hand corner, and that was when they asked not only did they use a bubble chart for what products and service we were going to get into, but they used another bubble chart for Europe.
Europe,
Yeah, they had a Europe bubble chart. It was unbelievable.
I was going to say the other thing I think it's really important. It goes back to what Roxana said too. Is the sustainability of what we have.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, number one,
It's
you cannot understate. I've worked for 4 major Fortune 500 companies, and I've never been privy to as much as we were privy to. In fact, there was no recording allowed, etc. You could not be in that room and not be excited about where this company is going.
Yeah.
So. And as you're watching this, I think the biggest thing that I can convey on my end is, number one, the camaraderie. That's key for me. Because, frankly, I can go out and make money doing a lot of things, speaking, etc., but I don't have the camaraderie that I have here. And that's key.
Have any of you seen a company share that much
Oh,
analytical
boy.
data?
No way.
I think I can probably speak for everybody. I won't do that, but I'll just, for myself, I think that anybody who came into that meeting with any bit of doubt as to whether or not this was going to be one of the next, if not the next major global brand, anybody who walked into that room with any doubt walked out without it.
$10 billion.
Absolutely.
I think he put $10 billion.
100% convinced we're in the right place, right time,
right business,
everything, right everything. They killed it. They really killed it. They really did.
Yeah.
I've been in several deals over 20 years, and I can say that consultant had more brains than every CEO ever.
Oh my gosh.
Look at the brands that he represented.
Yeah.
Look at the brands, the companies that he represented.
Yeah. He had all the.
No, he knew what he was talking about.
All the big logos.
And the way I looked at it when I walked out of there, my thought was, okay, 100% laser focus, work with intensity and consistency over the next 90 to 180 days, and never work again. That's my goal. And then, but I will continue to work and play and have fun. But here's the thing: is what's awesome about Solavei is they give you all the tools that we need. And there's no extra charge for it, like $49 a month for our mobile service, and we get this outreach manager, we get these videos, we get these tools, we get all of this stuff that we can use immediately to start sharing and building.
The thing I think people might forget is we just started.
Yeah.
This thing's 100
Exactly.
plus.
Over $4 million in commissions already paid.
It's a
or almost 4.
My son is
Yeah.
4 months old. My
That's right.
son is the age of Solavei.
Yeah.
We're sitting on a $1
Well,
billion opportunity.
Yeah.
And to push that point home, when Ryan came up with his son and made
Yeah.
he's doing this for his kid,
Yeah.
and his son is the same age as my son.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, okay, everyone talks about that, passing
Yeah.
it on, but how many people really feel like that's really going to happen?
Yeah.
And him saying that he's going to do that with his son, that really, I looked at that and said, holy crap, this is something that my kids can really take advantage of later on.
Totally. This morning when I woke up, headed to breakfast, I started thinking, I'm so excited about early retirement.
Yeah.
Really. The first time I've ever thought about that is, or it's really, I mean,
Awesome.
with this I can establish a nest egg. With this I can travel more. With this I can do more.
Yeah.
It's changed my life already.
And I think the key to that too is it's not just about us and our life.
No.
It's about the sustainability of sticking with something that'll pay you, like Ryan said, multi-generational.
Yeah.
That's key, and something's going to be around tomorrow. It's like Tom was saying, 2 or 3 things he's been involved in. I've been involved in 2 or 3 things. I think most of us have. But what we're looking for is sustainability.
Yeah.
You reach a certain point in your life, that's where I am, that this is it. And I'm not interested in something going on for 2 or 3 years. I'm interested in something that's going to be multi-generational. So the other thing that really excited me, and we all had different points, was when he said, and it hit me just like that, our whole intent with Solavei is to move you from income to wealth.
Nice. That's right.
That's big.
And with that said, can I say this really quick? So we all have one of these thousandaire status in less than 4 months to
I was
achieve
about to say the
this.
same thing.
You know, and what we want is we want you to have one of these within the next 4 months.
Yeah.
And so, and I can probably speak for everyone here. I'm looking for, 12 people to begin with, many more than that beyond that, but 12 people to work with directly that want to go for this and want to tap into the tools, resources, and training that with the 1K challenge that really removes the barriers for you so that you can get here too. Because it wasn't hard. Was it hard?
It wasn't hard.
It wasn't hard.
Guys, you tapped into this for something. You all have your own reasons. But I'm here to tell you that Solavei creates income quickly. Quickly. We're all making over 1,000. Some of us 2,000. Some 3. Some 4. Some 5. Some 6,000 a month. It's 4 months old. The average person in an MLM business in the world doesn't make any money. You can go from 0 to 200 like that. You can go from 0 to 1,000 like that. And we have a team that just is off the planet awesome.
Hey, along those lines, remember when he was talking about the pyramid? He's like, he said how most network marketing companies,
this was great.
You got all these people at the top making all the money.
A few, yeah.
Or a few people at the top making money, but most people aren't making any.
Right.
And then some companies, you got this very bottom of the pyramid where they're making, $20 to $100, dollars a month.
Right.
And then, but you got this big gap in the middle.
Right.
And no one. But the way Solavei is being built is where you have that pyramid filled up. You've got people at the, getting free phone service at the bottom. You got people in the middle making $1,000 a month and beyond, and then you got people at the top making
Whatever
5, 10, tens of thousands of dollars, and it's accessible to everyone. But the goal really is, look, $1,000 is not a hard thing to get to.
60 people.
Yeah.
I think the other thing that's important too is that one of the things that I teach on in finances professionally on the circuit with people, and I see it with people, is that the average person out there, according to the CPI, you think about this number for a minute. The average person that has to file bankruptcy, personal bankruptcy in this company, has to file personal bankruptcy for want of an additional $500 in net income.
Right.
500.
$500.
Same is true for
That's
foreclosures.
a huge number. Let me give you another number through CPI. The average 65-year-old in this country cannot write a check out for $600. And they can't because there's never been a plan B or a plan C. So I think whoever's listening to this, whether this be primary or not, it certainly should be part of your portfolio of what you're doing. And if not for your sake, for the sake of the people that are around you. That's key.
You know how easy $500 is to make a month in Solavei?
Oh.
Come on.
This is a different ballgame.
Especially with people
It's
you
a
work
different
with.
deal.
We're not, most companies, and I've been in them, there's always the, hey, we want to be the Herbalife, or we want to, and they're naming these legacy network marketing companies, and this is a different animal. We're not talking about those
Completely
companies. We're
unforced
talking about being the
That's
next
a great
Amazon,
point.
Yeah.
the next Costco, and that's where I think we can throw wealth into the mix. I mean, this is a total. And the other thing, it's interesting.
Hey, man, we're recording live hangout. I'll help you roll.
There's always a problem there.
It's enrolling people.
I'll call you back in about 30.
Yeah, that's right.
That's a good man.
This is why he's here.
Now this guy's been texting y'all for last.
Yeah, we've been going back and forth. He's all fired up. He's
ready.
ready to go. Wanted to make sure that iPhone was supported in New York. It is. I'm just confirmed that, so we're good to go.
We've got operators standing by.
Standing by.
Yeah.
So let's look real quick at the value propositions of Solavei and why all of us were why were you attracted to Solavei? I was attracted. Craig called me and he said, Tom, got this new company I want to check out. I said, what's the value proposition? He said, $49 unlimited talk, text, and data for mobile service. I multiplied that times 4, and it came out to $200 a month.
Yeah.
I was paying $412. It wasn't a difficult decision to say, well, I'll take a look at it. So it immediately saved me money. And funny enough, I really wasn't looking for an opportunity at the time because I had a lot on my plate. But after flying out to Seattle, seeing the presentation, I knew very, very quickly that social commerce networking was going to be the future. And it wasn't a matter of if I was going to be involved in it, it was a matter of when. And if I'm going to get involved in something, I like to be on the ground floor. So,
Yeah.
Well, I mean, my beautiful wife Elisa is watching. We collectively were paying $200 a month. She was on Verizon, I was on AT&T. So super simple. When you called me, I was looking. You know, you're gonna run across people like me. I was looking. I was in an active, what am I gonna do next state, and it took me, you know, less than a day to call Roxana and say I'm in.
And you were so excited.
I was
because
excited.
You saw the
I
vision.
saw it.
You saw
I
the
got
vision.
it. And the presentation, you know, so not to talk, you know, to what James was saying, but there are companies out there who we were just talking about this. You get the video, and you know it's an opportunity. If you're watching this video, you're probably in the opportunity spectrum. You're looking for stuff. And you see the video, and you're like, that video is stupid, right? It's crap, right? And then I saw this video. This looked like a Hollywood movie studio did this video. Like, they spent some coin. They made it important that I have a good impression.
Yeah.
And the thing about this company that's super impressive is, I mean, look
consistent.
Look right here. This is what we got.
Yeah.
Right? Just as a little gift. Right? Just as this says you're important.
This came in the mail, right?
This
Walk up there and show them.
This is your vision. Our vision is important. Right? We are committed to excellence.
Show them the seaweed. It's got real seaweed.
Right.
Real seaweed.
Somebody picked up these shells. No, I'm kidding.
Okay, see that real quick?
Right? So the company is committed to excellence. I can't say it any different. The company's committed to excellence.
First class.
And it's first class all the way. It's completely committed to helping us go to the next level. And, you know, so now we're not paying $2,400 a month. You know, we can legally say we're paying $49 a month, but I guarantee you I'm making let's go into the more than I'm paying for my mobile phone.
Right, and so my phone bill, right when Tom introduced it to me, was $395 a month. And I also was looking. I had been looking for a new business for 2 years, spending time looking at other companies. Tom didn't know I was looking. I didn't know Christopher was. So that just gives you an example of, you just got to share it with everybody, because you just need to talk to everybody, because number one, you're going to be helping them save money on their cell bill. That's guaranteed. Number two, you don't know where they are financially in life. Most people don't share their struggles. So you're helping them in that way. And number three, just saving on their cell bill. That's the simplest form.
Roxana, we'll go one step further, because I don't think this is a huge point for a lot of people. How many days had you and I been acquainted before you told me about Solavei? A lot of people don't get this in their life.
Right, I think we had like a couple conversations. We met in June. Tom introduced this to me a couple of days before the last weekend in June. I joined July 1st, and
So Roxana and I were not friends. We're not hanging out. We don't have drinks together and whatever. Right? We had met at an event. We have a rapport. We were acquaintances. We have a commonality in the opportunity space. And she had an opportunity that she simply said, "Would you take a look?" And it was we knew each other less than 3 weeks, literally.
Absolutely.
And now here we are.
I don't think Roxanne and I know each other much more longer than that.
And that was before we had all the tools that we have now.
Exactly. So guys, some of you out there know people in your life right this second who are waiting for you to tell them, and you're just making a decision that you can't tell them for whatever reason. Look, we've got the top 50 people in the company, basically, and Tom wasn't well acquainted with Roxana. Roxana wasn't well acquainted with me, but we had a commonality, we made the connection, and the rest is history.
Well, I think what you're saying universally is people don't like paying their cell phone bill. They'd like to save money on their cell phone bill, and if you could get it for free, who wouldn't? I mean, it comes down to some pretty easy stuff, and I think that but I want to reiterate a point. We're not a mobile phone company. We're a social commerce network, and mobile phone is our first product. Now we're moving into the retail space, and we're moving into Europe in Q2. So if you're interested in a company, social networking, online banking, shopping, and mobility is
discounts
ubiquitous, really, from not only the U.S. but any first world country. So if you're looking for a company that's going to expand globally, not into all markets, but there are some major markets.
The right markets.
Yeah, the right markets.
Right.
But I also heard something better.
Mhm.
I heard on something better. He said that some of the markets we're going to are actually going to be easier than the U.S. market.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
They're already conditioned.
They're used to buying their own phone. They're
Yeah.
used to, you know,
Like the
They're already on
They're already
they're,
GSM.
they're month to month.
Yeah.
They're used to month, not contracts
Right.
like we are in the United States. We're a leverage-based economy where we always have to go into debt or long-term commitments to buy anything, whereas in Europe they pay cash.
Yeah.
You know, the other thing that's really key about that too, that I've seen with 3 other companies that I've been with, and each one went internationally. Each one, as we went international, you had to start the business again from scratch, from zero.
Yeah.
Whereas here, we're able to compound that.
Yeah.
So I understand here, so whatever imprint you make here will compound itself through those other countries. That's huge. That's huge.
You know that I was once, just a little personal story. I was with a company, and the entry to the company was over $1,000.
Right.
We did really well with that company,
Mhm.
right? It's great stuff, awesome company, and knowing what I know now, and especially being in the meeting we were in on Tuesday, I'd write you a check for $1,000 to get sold.
Without a doubt.
Without a doubt.
And what's the
And-
buy-in?
The buy-in's
$58.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I would write you a
And
check
it gets
for
you your
$1,000 to
first
get
month
you
of
sold.
service.
Yeah.
It gets you a social network.
And
A purple pay card,
Yeah, Visa
which
card.
is a Visa card.
Yeah.
It gets you the business. It gets you basically a CRM, outreach manager,
Yep.
where you can track all your leads. You can upload your Gmail contacts. You can do all kinds of things to track your activity. You send an email out, sends them a video, sends them all the information they need to make a decision, and then you can see when they open that email, you can see that they've received the email, and then you can follow up, and then you can type in notes. I mean, I've never seen anything like this for the value.
So backing up to the process, I meet Eric, and I say, Eric, how much are you paying for your mobile phone? He says, well, I'm paying $139 a month.
Right.
I said, what's your email address? I go to my mobile phone, I hit instant invite.
Right.
And he goes, it's Eric Green at whatever, and I type it in and hit enter. I say, when you get a chance, watch the video I just sent you.
If you're already in Solavei, you're not using the instant invite feature. You got to check it out. It's
Yes.
right. It's the little
They just
email
put it in,
icon
right?
right on your
Yeah,
right on
they
your
started.
Solavei.
Yeah, they just put it in.
And they have the app now. It's actually not an app. It's a mobile website for iPhones.
For iPhones,
So
yeah.
and then you can. I just helped somebody put it on their phone last night, and so they can do the same thing on the iPhone.
Guys, one of the big stopping points for a lot of people up till this point was iPhone.
Yeah.
Right? We're over that.
That's gone.
We're
Yeah.
done. We were over it. The iPhones work.
Yeah.
The website works.
Everything
We're over
works.
It works. The money works. It just works.
And the
Yeah.
thing that you have to also keep in mind, there are a lot of people out there who may also be on a $50 month-to-month contract. However,
Yeah.
they don't have 4G.
Yeah.
That's
Or
what
they
I
have the
have.
option to
Or they
get
have
the
a
phone
considerable
service
or
free.
less 4G.
Yeah,
Or
they have
they
2
have
gigs.
a cap on all that they do, as opposed to the ability to be able to use that for other, other things. I mean, I ran into that with somebody that said, well, I'm only paying $45 or I'm paying $39. And I use a line that this guy always says too. It said, do you have a family plan? I said, yeah, it's called free. What do you get? I was paying $351 for a family of 4.
Yeah.
The other thing that having worked for AT&T, that a lot of the phone companies won't tell you, even though they'll say it's unlimited outside of Solavei, what they don't tell you is that it is limited from the vantage point of the cap they put on for how much you can get out there and transfer. But even more importantly, our bill was $351 because I did a lot of conference calls. And on those conference calls, they're being charged on the minute. Those are not unlimited on the landlines.
Yeah.
And they're just a
They
lot
are
of
only
little
from
ins
cell to
and
cell,
outs.
right?
Exactly. That is absolutely huge.
I got.
I was going to say that I've never been a part of a company that the value proposition was this strong.
Yeah.
So for
Yeah.
me, really the key is that, and that's why we have 100,000 plus reps, and that's why because
grown
it's,
so
there's
fast,
no selling, there's no anything. Here's the deal: we all have a phone. We
Right.
pay it's $49 a month, 4G, all the deal. Okay, it's common sense. All right, I'm going to save money here, but the second part of that is if you're a traditional networker, you've been in the industry a while, as soon as a leader understands the vision, because when you brought this, I wasn't interested in Solavei. I wasn't interested in doing a deal. But the $49 a month, I said, well, okay,
Exactly.
$49 a month.
Yeah,
And then you
exactly.
sent me video from the pre-launch,
From the pre-launch.
and I never watched stuff like that. I don't. But I sat there on the couch and I started watching. I'm like, I'll watch a few minutes, and I watched like all of it. And I'm like, crap, for like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
And I saw that vision during the pre-launch. And here's what I did: The first person I sent it to, I want to give them a shout out, John Simpson and Joe Cronk. John couldn't be here.
His rock stars, baby.
I sent John, these guys are leaving in the industry, I sent them that video. I said, just watch this. Man, how long is that? That's what they asked me. He's like,
2 hours.
Yeah, no, like, just do me I'm like, I don't do, I don't watch stuff. And and I watch it all. He's like, okay, I'm telling you, 2 hours and 1 minute later, we're in.
Yeah, that's what.
And they've put in, half of my entire organization has come through those guys. So this is the easy, to me, it's not only the easiest just to pull people in, just the average person because of the value proposition, but if you can get a leader in front of, that's why I talk to everybody and anybody, because if you can get them in front of that, because I can promise you, if people were sitting in that room Tuesday morning with us,
absolutely,
and they've been in this industry a while, and they think this is a mobile phone deal, every single one of them would be joining Solavei right now.
Well, we're laughing at lunch. What we're talking about. We're talking about all these leaders, these big leaders that are going, oh, I don't want to get into Solavei. And here we have a guy that's the owner of Success Magazine. He sees everything.
And he was here. He's here with us.
He's here, by the way. He's seeing everything from a 10,000-foot view. He ranks the top 100 network marketing companies. And the guy goes, and I probably can't quote him on this because I said we couldn't, but he said the big people are moving away from product-based companies and they're moving towards the service-based. Yeah. And I laughed because one of the biggest guys I called on, a friend of mine, and I just said, hey dude, you got to check this out. And he goes, I only do product-based stuff, and I can't do anything service-based. And you look at what all these major companies, these major $100 billion brands or $50 billion brands, they're all getting into the service business. Right. And I think it's so important that if you're a big leader and you happen to be watching this video, you need to step back and don't lose sight of the forest for the trees, okay? Yeah. Because there's something here a lot bigger than $1,000 a month. Actually, I think we're probably going to be a company that has more people making $1,000 a month than any company you've ever seen. And that's kind of like building a middle class, and that builds a successful economy, and it builds a successful company.
Here's what I would say to those leaders. It's a great question. It's simple. I called the very first guy, Johnny Johnson, love you, brother, and here's what I said to him. I said, you don't know me. I didn't have a list when we began this, so I'm cold calling people. I said, you don't know me, but I have a simple question for you, and if you're a leader, if you are a business builder, you need to listen to this question. I said, it's really simple. Are you the type of person who simply dismisses opportunity right off the bat? Or are you the type of person who gets the information and makes an informed, intelligent decision? Well, I'm here to tell you.
Question, Chris.
I'm here to tell you right now, you need to get the information because the decision is really informed and really intelligent. And you need to get it.
Well said.
The sharper you are, it'll take you between 15 minutes. If you're super sharp, if you're need a little bit of extra time, an hour. If you will invest an hour, there's absolutely no way you can't be involved in this thing.
Yeah, there's no way.
Unless you're just a complete cynic and skeptic and nothing, you never say yes to anything because
Exactly.
And there's those people out there. Don't let those people. Don't let those people influence you. Make your own decisions. Do your own thinking.
Yeah.
Look at the facts.
Well, make your decisions based on who you're listening to.
Yeah.
I always tell people, I love golf. One of my goals is to be able to hit a golf ball 300 yards. Now, how many here believe I'm going to be able to learn how to hit a golf ball 300 yards by listening to people whose only claim to golf fame is watching the Golf Channel? Hello. That's really what it comes down to. We become like people we listen to.
Right.
That's what it comes down to. So they haven't done the work. I do real estate seminars, and I'll ask people, I heard real estate's not, now's not a good time. I said, who tells you that? My sister-in-law. Is your sister-in-law in a property? No, she rents. Yeah. Hello? Hello?
Everybody in this room is making more than $1,000 a month in less than 120 days. So if you're not doing that, you need to listen.
Yeah. And do. And with the camaraderie here, too, that's my big thing. When James called me up, real frankly, I was not looking for one more thing.
He's I really was all right, James, what do you got
now? Exactly. It's like one more thing here, and he goes, look, and he knows me, and he said, look, I know you're not going to have any interest in a bigger picture. Of course, here I am. But what's that tell you? He knew exactly what he was saying to me. He says, but I know you, and I know how thrifty you are.
Oh,
yeah, with cell service. So don't look at anything bigger than that. I know you don't have the time.
Of course, you want to know all.
Of course, yeah, of course he did. And then of course I said, how much is the phone service? He said $49. I said $49 for everything, including everything. I said, you know me, you've got to, that's it. I said, that's it. And I was about ready to get off the phone, and I said, well, there was a bigger picture here. I said, you're not going to have any interest in that, which was smart on his part. So I got off the phone.
I won't say it to anybody, but I still got it.
So I got off the phone, and I got off the phone, and then my wife said to me, I wonder what the bigger picture is. And I said, I don't know.
Behind every great man, there's an awesome woman.
That's right. You got a lot of guys out there that'll tell you, I'm the man of the house. Let me tell you something I've learned. I've been married since I was in high school. If your wife is not happy, I will guarantee you're not happy. You're not. I don't care how big of a guy you think you are out there. It's such a no-brainer. And the other thing I wanted to say too, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, the biggest thing I was looking for outside of the ability to save money, which we do, we're paying $0 from $351 with a family of 4. I wanted the camaraderie. And my key is being around people like this, that we can talk, and the thing I'm so impressed about with the people that are here is that we share. I mean, I've made friendships here that I know will last lifelong, and they're open, and we talk, and we just, it's family.
And that's the thing, it's not lip service, it's real.
No, it's not.
I mean, I consider these people in this room some of my best friends, and some of them I only just met, I just met you and you face to face on this trip.
We're already going on a Disney cruise.
And we're already going on a Disney cruise courtesy of Roxanna.
Collectively, we're going on a Disney cruise.
I'm big into incentives.
So guys, we got to wrap this up.
Yeah.
We got another meeting.
But no, I just got to say, the people here, I mean, man.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's real and it's cool.
And we all have
It's
different
amazing
disciplines. That's the other thing that I love. I'm more of the offline kind of guy, and everything I do, and then as much as I've learned here, and yet I have other people that come and they'll say, I get this, and I want to be able to do that. It's a brain trust. That's really what it is. And we have that ability to shave a lot of years off the time it's going to be able to take you to do anything. And you can still do whatever you want to be able to do out there. I mean, the biggest question is, I always ask people, I really don't have the time. So let me ask you a question. Are you going to have time to use a cell phone? Hello? You're taking that time. Are you spending money with that? Yes. Then make this a simple proposition. This is not rocket science.
Simple.
Yeah.
So you start by saving money. You have a vision. You see kind of what we're doing.
Yep.
We're all sitting in Maui right now having a great time. Thanks to Solavei. Thank you, Solavei.
Thank you,
And
Thank you, Solavei.
we have an opportunity to go on a cruise, which is 40 people in your organization. That'll be a very easy cruise. You all sitting there going, man, I wish I was in Maui. Well, be on the Oasis cruise with us.
We'll help you get there.
In September. We're going to help you.
Yeah.
And the Caribbean,
Yeah.
Eastern Caribbean.
Royal.
Royal
Caribbean.
Royal Caribbean.
That's first class, man.
First
That's
class.
a
That's
first
top
class
shelf.
cruise line.
Solavei is first class.
Yeah, Ryan doesn't
absolutely.
do anything.
Solavei is first class.
Yeah.
Really
Nothing but A-list.
Then you work on becoming a thousandaire, where you have that, I call it my annuity, that comes in every month. It comes in on the 12th and 24th of every month, where your purple card gets money on it, and your life gets easier and easier every month. And I'm gonna do what James does. This may not be for you. You may not be interested in the bigger picture, but just start by saying, can I save some money on my mobile service and put some extra money back in my pocket? And more importantly, start thinking about all the people that you know that would like to live anywhere in the world on their own terms. People that would like to. But if this is not for you, we understand.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
So
If
many
you
of
want to
my
continue paying
Yeah.
too much money for your mobile phone bill, and you want to continue not getting money just dropped on a card for you every month, and you want to
every 2
continue,
weeks.
not having extra
AT&T
income.
sent you one of these?
Yeah, you want to continue not hanging out in awesome locations with awesome people. If it's not for you, then we're
And I
sorry.
think it's important to say, it doesn't. I tell everybody this.
By the way, this is Eric Green.
Yeah, I show everyone. But I tell everyone this: if they're in the U.S. and now we're going to the U.K. and all that, I don't care what company you're in. I don't care what you're promoting now. Everyone needs to be plugged into solar.
Great point.
Yeah.
Everybody.
It's not
needs
that
to be
kind of
plugged
company.
into
It's not going to conflict with something else.
Get
everybody.
Yeah.
Get in.
What company do you think would fit with my program, Solavei?
Solavei.
What do you think will fit with Solavei?
Solavei.
Everyone needs to be doing this.
Well, here's the real question. Anybody else in any other company, ask yourself one simple question. Do they use a cell phone?
Exactly.
Hello? Yeah, of course they do. So it complements, it never competes. That's the whole design
That's
here.
beautiful.
That's great, guys. Well, thanks for your time. We appreciate you being online with us. We're
Thanks,
loving
guys.
Maui. We look forward to seeing you on
Absolutely.
the
Aloha.
Oasis and the Caribbean.
Aloha.
Aloha. Christopher Hussey, Roxana Hanna, Eric Green, James Chapman, Tom McMurray,
Gus
Fernandez.
That's it.
We're rocking. So have a great night, everyone.
Thanks, everybody.
Guys.
Nice done.
Okay, let's go
Let's
to
do
the
it.
other meeting.
I'm going to say something.